The veneers are shaking. The crime stories are shaking. The cargo is shaking. Los Angeles is shaking. The presidential election is shaking. I don't know who's shaking, Lil Yachty or Caribou. Irv! We done lost Irv. That's unreal to me, y'all. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Irv Gotti and murdering, but we're also going to be talking about everything y'all want to talk about. Too, there's a lot going on. I see that they just sued Viacom, just sued Nick Cannon and Lumel Plummer. They just sued the man from Zeus behind Bad and Wild, the new show hosted by Nick Cannon and him on Tubi. Okay, we're on. We're on live for YouTube. Let's go. Let me turn it. We get on all the lives. We're going to be lit. Y'all going to get me at a million different angles, but y'all going to learn to love it. Okay, so everybody, we're on live. Let's talk about Irv. So Irv Gotti passed away today. He has been declared brain gone. Brain gone. I'm going to watch my words because y'all know I don't want to be flagged on anything. So he's brain gone, y'all. And he passed away from diabetes. This is his second minor stroke. Now, every time I looked up on, any of the articles, they all said minor. They never said a major stroke took him out. And Irv Gotti had went on Drink Champs recently, and he spoke about his weight loss. You could see in some of the videos, he had been slimming down. It gave older man when he slims down. You know what I mean? Like still kind of giving skin, not tight and buff, just giving very much. He dropped it Ozempic. Now, he said to Noriega that he changed his diet, went to diet and exercise, and he did some life changes. But yes, it is true. It is true that he did some life changes. But y'all, you know what I mean? Them life changes did not, they weren't early enough. Now, if we look at all the years that we had Irv was a what? He was a big man. He was a big man. And he was a big man for a lot of years. Thank you. What up from Memphis? They got music. What's up? Hey, everybody. He was a big man for a lot of years, and we loved him for that. He was just our big man in there. Now, it was one of those things where Irv was the kind of big where it was still all right. It wasn't big as Big Pun. It wasn't big as Fat Joe. He was just a chunkier man. But really, when you look at that body, that is the body of a man with a what? Really, really bad diet. Really, really bad diet. And then we got to talk about the druggies a little bit. The narcotics is what we're going to call them. So I'm getting in trouble. He was on ecstasy. I watched the whole murdering documentary, and there was a time where Irv Gotti was kicking it with a girl. And he did his first X pill with that girl at a photo shoot. And that was like his last not being on X. Now, remember Boosie said the same thing. He said he was having kids the entire time, all them extra kids he was having. Shout out to the Tootie Ross. That was all Boosie on X, doing too much, putting himself in a position where he's so high off life that he's putting himself in a position and just skeeting off anywhere. Well, Irv Gotti was just on X every single day. Now, I've never done it, but I heard what it's like. It's a touchy-feely feeling, and they said it just makes you want to touch and rub, and every touch is woo, ah, like explosive type of feeling, right? That's what they said that is. So to be at that heightened level at all times, that's what? A pleasure thing. So somebody that's already chunky, got money, the mindset of somebody with a bad diet on X is going to be doing what? Eating. This ain't no, what they say, what's the one drug that help you focus? Adderall, because they said on Adderall, you don't want to eat, right? But when you're on this, you might take that bite of food and be like, I just did, because he had money and power in the 2000s and the 90s. Lord knows what he was getting into. So, he's doing that and it's giving, he's eating a little bit, and it's every piece of food that go down his throat is a hallelujah moment. You know what I mean? Could you imagine that? And they was smoking. So the smoking and the X and the bad food and the liquor, 10 straight years of that, from the 9 to the 2, that's going to have you stroking out at 54. We have to look at even our culture today, y'all. We be getting, I don't, because I'm not the drinker. This generation gets drunk. drunk as a skunk. You feel me? Don Julio, Actifulio type of vibes. And we're not thinking, my 54-year-old liver and the stress. Okay. Shout out to 1457 Hemp and the stress. Yes. Now, I had this conversation in my one video. Irv and his stress level for money was probably fine because of his recent selling of his catalog. And now Irv Gotti is gone. You know what I mean? I don't want them to get funny with the money to his family, but they probably had to pay him that in a lump sum. You know, I don't know. Could have been increments. Could have been $40 million over your lifetime, or your, wink, wink, your family's going to get it forever, but not in the fine print. We don't know. So, but Irv Gotti sold his catalog, just like Justin Bieber, just like Nelly. I don't think Sierra sold her catalog. Who else recently sold their catalog to like that world global music group? And so now, we're going to be hearing Hot in Here off the commercial, and Nelly ain't getting a dime for it. He already got paid out. Yes, Santoya said, I'm 34. My liquor days have been over for a few years. Amen. Because we got to think about our liver, our kidneys. Shout out to all the girls that got diabetes or got any debilitating disease. I'm here with you. But kidney failure ain't cute. You don't want that. And we're not thinking, I'm 34 right now. I'm looking all snatched back. Or you're 24 and I'm looking my best. And you're not thinking, kidney failure is not that girl. And later on, when I'm on dialysis or got a colostomy bag or anything, when I'm 50 and 60, and remember what Wendy Williams said, at 50 and 60, you're supposed to be zipping it and zooing it. You're still supposed to be out there. You're not supposed to be debilitated yet. Okay? You're not supposed to be out there yet. For Irv to be going through this was sad. We got to also think about, we just lost DJ Unk. So why was I in therapy? And my therapist was telling me about DJ Unk. He died from a stress-induced heart attack. Did y'all know that? Stress took DJ Unk out. Like, we lost DJ Unk behind him overworking. What was going on, Unk? Was it that bad? You needed to take a sabbatical? Like, that is really, 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 really deep stuff. And it makes me feel just really sad for our generation. We're losing our people left and right. I always say that their generation always got to keep all their people. They got to have the LL Cool J's get old, and you know what I mean? And the Nas's, the Jay-Z's, where they get a chance to watch everybody get old. DMX, and he's going to be up for conversation in a minute. We're going to talk about DMX and his wife saying that he missed all the deals. He missed all his best brand deals, and that money is now being gone. That's the fool. That's the fool, DMX. We're going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, no, actually, we're going to talk about it now. DMX. So DMX's wife, ex-wife, now Tashira Simmons, he was married to Tashira for years, right? And when he was married to Tashira, they had their kids and they were kind of, I would call them public. DMX never hit his wife. We knew exactly what his wife looked like. But when they got a divorce, his last baby was named Exodus with this girl he was engaged to. And she got nothing. She almost got DMX's baby and left out on the street because she has no rights to his nothing. He doesn't have a will. He doesn't have anything. He don't have nothing. And I'm seeing people, turn 40 and be like, not really looking into getting that stuff. I got my life insurance, got to go pay it. Saw that I got to go pay it. But I'm looking at that like, everybody, go get your life insurance. Go get your will. Now, I'm sure Irv Gotti had something together. I would be very, very, very remiss to think that Irv Gotti don't got his paperwork together. He seemed like a paperwork man. DMX was not. She said that DMX was again, somebody else that was intoxicated off of not just the liquor, but the whatever was under the kitchen sink. Excuse me. DMX was missing out. She said billions of dollars worth of brand deals. Now, when I heard that, I said that could be a stretch. That could be a stretch that it was $1 billion deals or whatever. But I am thinking, they don't do stars how they used to do stars. And you got to remember, DMX was in movies, back-to-back-to-back movies. Like, and it wasn't given Tubi. It was given box office films, okay? Real life cameos, real life backing. Back then, they had $1 million budgets for music videos. That's a lot that's a lot for a home. Imagine one video. But they were making iconic Hype Williams-esque, projects, DMX had access to that. So it actually could have been a 700,000 that DMX missed out on not having his stuff together. You know what I mean? And she said he missed out on it. Now, I know DMX was so hood, there could have been a moment where they're like, we want you to do this for Pepsi. And he's not showing up to the meetings. He's not coming to the whatevers. He's bringing his entourage. Like back then, they was having the Beanie Siegels. They really was having the hood dudes in these real corporate jobs. And that's why Jay-Z was able to take over the way he was from Dame Dash. Because you remember, Dame Dash was moving hood. Jay-Z was moving kind of corporate. So another thing, Hype Williams, yep, our classic. So y'all give me some more topics. We're going to keep going with the topics. Real quick, we're going to go back to Irv Gotti in a minute. But I would like to talk about Clarence and Queen. Clarence and Queen. I never did a video on this, so I think it's the perfect topic for live. So there's somebody allegedly named Giuseppe Dahl, and Giuseppe Dahl is supposed to be in a relationship or got a baby on the way with Queen Naja's current boyfriend / baby dad, Clarence. Now they've been together for 8 years, and the speculation in the conversation has always been, are these two Wendy Williams next and then Big Meech and 50? Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. After the Queen, I'll do Wendy Williams. Zah Baby, thank you. I'll do Big Meech and 50. Ooh, I got stuff to say about that. So, Clarence and Queen been engaged 8 years. They keep clowning Queen, and they keep showing clips online about how that man does not like her. He does not like her. The stuff that he says, little inside comments, the way that it comes off. They've been showing so many clips of him not liking her. I've been very scared because I don't follow these people. I think Queen Naja has an amazing voice. And I think that she would have been respected in the 90s as a singer. That's why she always got my love and respect, because if she came out in the 90s and the 2000s, she still would have been sitting along your Christina Aguilera's and your screaming girls. She's got that powerhouse voice. She wouldn't have been, she would have been a part of the real music conversation. I think Whitney Houston would have loved Queen Naja. Right hand to God. So following her relationship has been hard to watch from somebody I respect in their actual craft. Do you see what I'm saying? But this Giuseppe Dahl person allegedly has come out and said, we've been hiding your relationship from Queen, that we've been having, you've been hiding the relationship that you've been having with me to Queen for 2 years. And we've been in this relationship and it's tight. Well, come to find out, after me watching and waiting and just seeing more and more to come out about that, they're saying it's all a lie from Chris Sales. They're saying it's all a lie, all a hoax that Chris Sales made up. And I'm like, let me tell you something right now. That man beat on that lady. He treated that lady crazy. He did not marry that lady and honor her. And she's coming back kind of trying to ish on her and make it, going back and forth, beefing with her baby dad, her new one, because he's out of money. Okay. Him being out of money is what's doing it. Okay. So we might as well change to what the people was telling me to talk about. Y'all want to talk about 50, BMF and 50 Cent and then Wendy Williams. Okay. So I'll switch it. I'm going to do BMF and then I'm going to do Wendy. BMF. So here's what's going on. So right now we got some stuff in the game because, what's his name? Lil Meech just wrote 50. He just wrote 50 and he just came out and 50 came out and exposed their text messages. He exposed their text messages in the conversation that they was having. And so now let me look that up. I'm gonna go to Instagram and get that right together because that's deep. You know what I mean? I want to read the text message that he wrote to him and what he said to him. Let me see. 50 Cent text message. No, Lil Meech's text message to 50 Cent. So hear me tell you the backstory while I look up that text message. So the backstory is while Big Meech was in jail, he was dealing with this lady named Tammy Cohen. And Tammy Cohen was also a part of the show for the BMF show, but also a part of this documentary that they're doing on Big Meech, right? And so in this documentary, it's, going to be displaying his story, but he was supposed to do 35 something years and he ended up getting out after like 20 something. So he got about 15 off of his sentence and everybody's screaming rap. Now it started out with Oh yeah, it started out with 50 coming and being like the person that brought Big Meech's story back out, right? And so 50 knows where the bodies are buried. He took Lil Meech and gave him acting classes for 2 years, took care of his son while he was like in jail. And this is still why he's not known to be a snitch. But allegedly, what he was doing was the lady that he had selling for him while he was in jail, because the money ain't just coming from 50. You got to think of all these years that he been in prison before this 50 thing came back out. Well, how do you keep that up? You keep that up by what? You keep that up by still kind of doing crimes. So you're doing crimes and in jail, just like any jail dude would do. You're not doing nothing different. You're not doing nothing extra spicy. You're doing something that they all do. You know what I mean? So with that, he's got people selling there, but this is Big Meech. There was like a guy named Pablo Suarez in the indictment, like something big, like something big Mexican cartelly was going on with the way that he was moving and selling stuff in jail. Hi, Chrissy J said, hi, hey everyone, what's the topic? The topic is Big Meech and 50 Cent. Okay. So while Big Meech is in the prison, before the 50 new breakout and resurgence of BMF, he's making his moves that he got to make to survive in there, take care of his son, keep everybody a certain lifestyle because the money dried up, everybody locked up. So, 50 comes out, he comes out, saves him and helps him. Then, he gets out of jail early. Now we're thinking it's all tied to the release of all of this press. You know what I mean? It's not that. They're saying that he basically had the lady that was his main lady selling for him while he was in jail. She became an informant. They got on a call on like August 5th, August 10th or something. The FBI and the CIA or whoever tapped his phone, got on his phone and got pieces of a call to put together that he was doing something illegal in there. And while he was in there, getting his tea clocked, they end up saying like, hey, we heard about you. We got your tea. Come out with all of it. So he's like, instead of me spilling all the beans, I'm going to make my girl an informant for other situations. Hey, Facebook, I'm glad we're back. We were hacked. Everybody, tell them to come follow me. Tell them to watch my show. Hey, Facebook. Okay. So, on there, everybody is, so everybody's getting wiretapped from her. She's making big Mexican cartel or any, I don't even want to say Mexican. You could say just Spanish cartel moves, which y'all know is the big monies in that industry. And she's getting them people all on wiretap. And that's allegedly what made him get out early. Now, I don't know if 50 was ever going to tell that story. Okay. But now we got up the Lil Meech's message to 50. Let's read it. They just told me you unfollowed me off Instagram. Now you managing Skilla Baby with Rocket. When I brought him around you first, when you didn't have a clue who he was. Deep. Ooh, there's tea in these messages. We got to decipher. Now you mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you? I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only showed you love and loyalty in human, and I go through my own ish, but I never switched up on you. F. Ross. He gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. This internet ish throwing me off. You know me in real life. Now, here's the issue with that. Here's the issue with that, Lil Meech. This is somebody who doesn't have loyalty to his actual child. He doesn't have loyalty to his actual son. So with that, he's not going to have loyalty to you. He doesn't care about Marquise. He doesn't care about the baby that he had with Daphne Joy. As soon as he broke up with that lady, we never saw that baby again. Okay? Never saw it again. Never to be seen or heard from again. So with that, that's got to show you, hey, this is probably somebody who ain't going to fool with me all the way like I think they going to fool with me. Okay? My presence in their life ain't that serious because look how they did their own baby. So you got to look at that Lil Meech, but Lil Meech is coming from the place of what? Somebody that has a dad, somebody that believes in loyalty, was taught loyalty. 50 Cent wasn't taught that, Meech. He doesn't have that. He will switch up on you and he will switch up on his son. You are not his kid. I'm trying to look for the rest of the message, for the rest of the message that he sent to him, but I got all my devices up because that got deep. Now, him saying he managed Skilla Baby, I didn't know that Rick Ross, I'm gonna get into that part in a minute, the Rick Ross and 50 team, because y'all know that's why we have Tia Kemp. We have Tia Kemp off of Rick Ross, and 50 Cent beefing. You know, that beefing is what got us here. You see what I'm saying? So back in the day, 50 had got into it with Rick Ross. I think it was just over music. Because you remember it was like 50 and Kanye and a whole bunch of stuff like that. They was doing beefs, but they was like real rap beefs. So they was kind of given more innocent. Just more like I'm beefing with you over music, and it went far. But now what 50 did is on a magazine, he got Tia Kemp naked and had her stripping butt naked in the magazine for him. And that made them forever beef. That made them forever beef for real. Okay. And with that, you know what I mean? Hold on. Let me go to my authentication app. That made them beef for real. And with that beefing, it just was never the same. It just was never the same. Hold on real quick. Is this for IG? Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. What I'm doing is, hold on. I got to put that code in because I want to make sure that we're going live on everything. But yeah. Okay, period. Save info. Okay, cool. We're on it now. And I'll be able to read everything that Rick Ross said to him. We're back. I'm back. So I had to get on and make sure I could read everything that Rick Ross had said to him. Okay, y'all here with me? Y'all say y'all here. Y'all write me and say y'all here on the live. Okay, so we're about to go to 50 page and read all the messages because he leaked the messages between him and Lil Meech, and we got to read them all because that Skilla Baby thing is tea. That's tea. I didn't know that he was even managing him. He wasn't even promoting him like that. 50 didn't need, Skilla Baby didn't need to sign to no 50 Cent. Like that didn't like need to happen to up his career, which is interesting to me. No, let me see. Let me see that message. Let me see that message all the way. It doesn't let you skip it, but I got to see the next one. You know me in real life because it's 3 pages of it. Yeah, view more. I want to see 50's message because it wasn't just that. It was like he kind of spilled the tea. And then he said, "What's next? What next season, Lil N-word?" Ooh. So in the caption of what 50 got going on right here in the caption, baby, he said, "What season, Lil N-word?" So that's telling me, baby, he ain't planning no next season for y'all. This is really it. This is really it. 50 doing them bow boots. He got the let's see the meme he got. He said Screech cutting off. Ooh, Screech talks about Roger Cuff. Okay, so he got Big Meech's face over a dude named Screech. So it looks like a guy named Screech told on a man named Roger Cuff. I gotta dig deep into that. But he's got Big Meech's face over it, and it said he had Tammy Cohen doing all his dirty work. Her new tell-all breakdown, Screech directed her and connected her to the people to get his time cut. 50's on her telling it all, y'all. He's telling it all. La, 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 la. It's kind of scaring me. It's scaring me because it's so much tea. It's tea. He's showing the pictures of Tammy Cohen. He's showing the pictures of her. Y'all, you know what I mean? And he's tagging her now. If you go on her page, wow. But this just shows you. Oh, yes. Come on, free Uwe BMF, free Uwe. Free Uwe the fast way. Now, I'm looking into this situation. I'm like, that documentary still gonna go. People still gonna watch that documentary on BMF. They still gonna want to know what happened, just like I do. I want to know what happened. Ooh, I wish I could scroll. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can scroll on here and see these daggone messages. Man, can you believe we lost Irv Gotti, y'all? That is just so sad. But I gotta read these messages to y'all. Like I can't go without reading them. This is too crazy. Oh, it looks like that was it. Okay, so that was the only message. That was the only message that he wrote. And he's spilling the tea. Let's see what's going on in 50's story. He got pictures of the Tammy Cohen lady. And the Tammy Cohen lady, from some of my OGs or some of my people that I work with, they said that she's a lady, you know, been messing with ballers, been messing with dudes. And she worked her way to Big Meech. She been that type of girl. Basically, they showed me pictures of her back in the day. This picture of Big Meech being a rat, like it's gonna, I don't know what it's gonna do to his party. I don't know if his coming out party that's February 14th in Miami, because you know 50 is not in Miami. 50 is either in New York or maybe even LA. But Little Meech was raised in Miami and Rick Ross is Miami based. So for this to be a Miami show makes a lot of sense. It's just he did it with his enemy. I wonder how much money Rick Ross gave him. I wonder if he literally gave him $1 million. And I wonder if he couldn't have told 50 he gave him that. I don't know. But now there's no new season of BMF. But BMF, he ruined the story anyway. The story had already gotten bad. When they got the adding all these extra characters, and somebody said he probably did. Santoya said he probably did give him $1 million. He had to. This couldn't have been for no couple 100,000, because the way that we did not get into like the older years of Big Meech. Those were the years I was waiting on. Because do you remember when they was doing the show that it was like a flash forward in the beginning? He was in the 80s as Little Meech, and that's been going on too long. All the way to it going to like him being like a whole nother grown guy when they had the car business and they was hiding the narcotics in them luxury like limos and car service thing that they had. Even Southwest T getting on the tap wire, them all going to jail. There's a lot more of the BMF story to tell. And if 50 fully bought the rights, I don't even know if anybody would be able to tell it the right way it was going to be told. So this is a deep move for Big Meech's legacy, but he's hurting. He ain't got it. Because one thing I know about 50, now I'm about to really spill the tea. Y'all want the tea? I got the actual tea on this. So I'm really close to Southwest T's. I'm close to Tonisha Welch. Tonisha Welch is like an OG to me. She is like a mentor to me. I love her very much. She's been there for me in some of my darkest times. She's that kind of person. And shout out to Tonisha. You're my girl forever. Make sure y'all go watch the Tonisha Welch story on BET. Well, they tried to play with my girl's money when first of all, he wasn't even from Detroit. No, he was from Cleveland, Ohio. Meech is born in Cleveland, Ohio. Anyway, so Tonisha, she was having a lot of issues with 50 at one point and getting the story told right, because Tonisha's character is who they made Lala. They wanted to tell her story right. Then they kind of cut my girl out the deal, named the person Markeisha, told a whole different story that kind of wasn't true, and made the whole thing weird, right? So with that, you know what I mean? Tonisha was going off. She's like, hey, you're using my likelihood, my story about my family, me working at the bank. You're using my life story. You're not trying to pay me right for it. You're not moving right with my story. And now 50 is doing the same thing he did to Tonisha to Big Meech. But Tonisha was able to get ahead of it and actually go get her movie made. Her movie's made, and it's a really good movie, and it'll forever be on BET Plus. People love a good BET Plus movie. It's gonna get watched. It may even get in rotation with BET on regular TV. That's how those things work. So, somebody treated somebody else bad in a bunch of deals in their fatherhoodness. So you thought that you could come in like this person was a real uncle and you never saw them be a real father? What's going on here? Well, what's going on here with that? I would have never thought I could trust that person to be there for me in that way if they weren't there for their own kids. I would have never thought that that 50 Cent was going to be loyal to Meech, and he hasn't been loyal in other business dealings with people. I wouldn't have expected that. I just wouldn't have. Now, one of the biggest issues here is because we're going back to that Instagram. Well, I want to. My goal is to go back to IG. Here we go. Because Irv Gotti. Now, 50 done talked about Irv, and we might as well touch on this before we can go back to Irv's life. So he said, dang, I wanted him to see my new shows, yo. And he's talking sad about Irv. And I'm just like, this level of petty, this is kind of sick. And someone else said something very deep. The real Black historian said, crush your enemies totally. It is in the art of war. 50 is playing war. And then Orville Williams, shout out to Orville. He's saying Curtis has no moral compass. And then some people are saying cold-hearted. Fuzzy said cold. You know what I mean? Like even on their unalive bed. But, I'm not going to say these type of people generally are blessed, but what I'm learning is, does the bad guy always lose? Does the villain always lose? 50 has played the villain, but 50 also, ain't he not slept with a woman in years? So, you know what I mean? Like 8 years or something like that. He ain't got no real love in his life. Mama gone, auntie gone, granny gone. So them real deep, and this man is a Cancer. After being with a Cancer, I know that they want the real home things. Either they're sleeping with their money and they just got their money and they're Scrooge by humbug. I ain't got nobody on Christmas, but some people that don't care about me, or they got a house full of love, and that's what their heart really wants. And 50 don't got that. So he just Scrooge McDuck. He just in there with a room full of gold coins, laughing at himself. But when you get old and you're by yourself in them rooms and you just have your gold coins and you have no sense of family and you have no sense of love of anything, you just have superficial things that'll never fill that hole, women that'll come and go, no real agape love, no real family love. Is that a fulfilling life? That could be for some people, that could never be for me. I'm famous now. I could never have just this life and nothing else, not the kids, not the family, not the mom, not the dad, not the sister, not the aunts and the uncles and the cousins and my future children, my future husband. I could never do without the other. But some people can. I don't know 50's life. Ooh, somebody ate down. 712 likes on 50's comments, Irv Gotti. And I'm going to read this, and it goes right into what I was thinking. You are proof that being wealthy and successful doesn't mean you're happy. You had low self-esteem when you were young and broke. You have low self-esteem today. You just have success that you try to hide it behind. Whew. Ain't this what I just said 5 seconds ago? You just have the success that you try to hide it behind. You need therapy. Anyone with common sense can see who you truly are. It's always funny until you put into vulnerable situations. It can happen to you at any moment. A middle-aged man still on some childish behavior. And I've got to like that. I've got to go ahead and like that, because let me tell you something. And somebody else said he was okay until Nelly and Ashanti got back together. Yeah. Yeah. And I think spiritually that took Irv out. Irv was moving like Ashanti was the love of his life. And that's really tough, because Ashanti, before it was Kris Jenner, it was Ashanti mama, the original momager. Kris Jenner, Ashanti's mother would have got a momager patent. Kris Jenner would have been owing her a check every month. She was the original momager, and she was the one that, got behind her daughter's career in that way. And I think she was the black version of Kris. She was orchestrating this entire thing. Okay. That married creep wants you. Well, he's going to push your music to the forefront. And this ain't the Me Too movement times. Okay. This ain't that. This ain't no women's rights era. This is the early 2000s and the 9-9. Okay. In the 9-9, you could spank your secretary on the bum and ain't nobody getting fired. Tell HR what? I'm the boss. You see what I'm saying? Now we're living in different times where you will go to jail, 50 Cent, Diddy. No, not 50 Cent, name of Jesus cover. Diddy. You will go to jail. R. Kelly. I didn't mean to say 50. We're talking about 50. Excuse me. 50's not in jail. Allegedly, all that. But just saying the R. Kellys. You know what I mean? Somebody on my Facebook, Yvette James Banks, said, all he can do is just stand on business all by himself, all alone. No love, no peace, nothing. Hashtag 50, sad. You ain't felt the touch of a woman in 8 years. He said he was celibate for 8 years. Now I'm celibate this year because this is between me and God, but it's just for one. This is just for 1 year, Lord. When when my husband comes, I'm gonna be open. My person comes, I'm gonna be open. He had Cuban Link for years, and she just was getting her law degree and getting out. She's vital and fertile. She got her whole law degree and a whole company. That lady said, I on the prize. I'm going to leave here and go meet my real husband. This is just a stepping stone. Can you stop playing with me? He got kids. He's not even a good dad. I ain't even got to see him that much. He busy. I'm busy. I'm in law school, please. Good morning, 5. You know what I mean? Type of thing. Now, when I Google, they don't have his unalive date on here. It just says, June 26, 54 years old, right? It's not saying that cause of unaliving, but okay, so the Hollywood Reporter, they did it 22 minutes ago, 13 minutes ago, Rolling Stone. Yeah, so it's about to come out. Yeah, Rolling Stones and the big ones, those are the ones you wanted to wait. Now the black blogs had it first. You know, somebody check on Ja Rule. Somebody check on Ja. Somebody get Ja. Because I know Ja is somewhere under in on a church pew leaking. But Ja has what? Ja has love in his life. Ja has a wife. Ja has children. Ja has happiness and joy and a peace that, you know what I mean? Like he's had the same wife forever. You know what I mean? We don't, we, I'm sure he had his indiscretions. He's a beautiful man, but J Boy Sweets, can we send you some of my cookies? Yes, you can. Please don't let them be edibles. Have I talked about Wendy Williams? Oh, I'm sorry. I got so deep. I think she got approved to see her dad. Sure, I'm gonna absolutely talk about Wendy Williams first. Ja Rule, the last time I was seen, he was on vacation with Nelly and Ashawn. Oh my God, was he? Was he? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. And that probably took Ja out. He's probably like, he got it all. He got it all. Oh my Lord, today. And somebody that just made me sad. Somebody out of the box, with Mook, said Ja Rule. The last time I seen him, he was on vacation with Nelly and Ashanti now. And it was him and his wife. Oh my Lord. I know that was Irv's final straw. His best friend on vacation with the love of his life, quote unquote, and which should have been his wife, because his wife was a beautiful lady. Deb didn't deserve that. Wasn't her name Deb? She was a beautiful Latina lady. She didn't deserve none of that energy. Oh my God, that was really sad. If that's the last thing you've seen, I know that's the last thing Irv's seen. He ain't been online since. Irv been offline since that. Since they pulled up Ja and his wife, Irv and his no. And that's his best friend. And poor Ja Rule, he said for the longest, I feel very caught in the middle. He was like, I love these two people. And you know, him and Ashanti was never like that. He's like, that's completely my sister. Irv is my best friend. He's my brother. And it's like, Irv is a Cancer. So he's flipping out about a girl. Ja's a Pisces. He's like, I just want everybody to get along. I just want everybody to get along and hug and love. I love my best friends. I want everybody to get along. I don't want them to be in love. What do you think 50 gonna say? I think 50 is going to cancel BMF, and which is sad because, but we still got power. I mean, shake my camera. We still got power. We still got power. Book 2. You know what I mean? I still want to know what's going on with Tariq and them. I was over the meat story when they got them making it wonky. Do y'all think that 50 made it wonky on purpose? Did he make it wonky on purpose? Okay, excuse me, y'all. Y'all are going through all my bodily functions. So gross. Can we just all get along? Steph's Gourmet Kitchen said, can we just all get along? So no, let's talk about Wendy Williams. We'll go back to Irv. We'll go back to Irv, y'all. We still got to read this Irv article. Oh my Lord. Or should we just read this Irv article? Okay, well, no, let's talk about Wendy. So Wendy. So you know, recently Wendy Williams has recently, you know, all this stuff about her conservatorship, and we've been screaming, free Wendy. Yes, Alicia H. Yes, Wendy. My heart breaks for Wendy. Yes, my Wendy. Everybody's saying yes, Wendy on all of my pages. So, you know, Wendy Williams has been under duress for a minute. She has been in a yes. Hey, everybody on Facebook. Facebook says, so glad your Facebook is back. Yes, I remember. God bless y'all. Yes, we're talking about Wendy, y'all. We're talking about Wendy. Stay so on on YouTube, we're talking about Wendy. So y'all talk in my comments on YouTube and talk to me about Wendy, about what y'all think is about what's going on. So y'all, Wendy, she came out in the Breakfast Club, and y'all know that free Wendy, Miss Queen on Facebook. So Wendy came out and she was talking from the window on TMZ. But before that, she went on the Breakfast Club on the phone. Her niece, Alex. Alex works in Florida as a news anchor as well. And I've never met Alex, but I can't wait to meet her and chop it up with her. Maybe even one day be friends, because I'm here for the Wendy Williams movement. She was on the Breakfast Club, you know, trying to mince word because Sabrina Morrissey, Wendy's conservator, and then the judge, the Linda lady, they got it all wrapped up with Wells Fargo. They're getting all of her money, and they're making it so she can't. She is in a. Her voice was taken, her rights were taken. Wendy Williams is in financial slavery. She's in financial slavery. Now, when Britney Spears was in financial slavery, I remember verbatim watching the Wendy Williams show and Wendy kind of promoting that Britney should stay there. She was like, the conservatives is kind of good for her and she kind of needs to stay there because she's Tiki Boomer, what she's going through. And now she's kind of mincing her words. I pray a conservatorship on no one. No one. It's all your rights taken. Her son, his generational wealth, as the rights to his mother's fortune that you grow to pass on to your children is being all stolen by these white women in Wells Fargo. All of them. And it's all because of the well, a lot of it is because most of it's because her husband left. And her husband left because Wendy was two reasons. He left because of lust, but he also left because Wendy was in a state of every single day you got to pick this lady up. She's on a coke bench, she's on a drug bench. You got to pick her up, you got to dust her off, you got to get her cleaned up. That makes not a marriage. He wanted more children. She went through a lot having little Kev, being bedridden to do it. And as a wife, you have to be like, hey, I love my husband so much, I'm gonna go ahead and be bedridden again. He wants more kids. My kids need more siblings. And you go through life and when you just have, and I have friends that are only children, and you just have your mom and dad, and only they get you. Only they got you, and only they here to worry about you. But you're only here, you see what I'm saying? Just to worry about them for the rest of your life. That's when they get old, you're all their only responsibility. So Big Kev's looking at it like this person needs a sibling. His mother is bigger than life, and his father is a gangster, and nobody gets that. Okay. These Jewish kids down to the school that he's going to the bar mitzvahs with, they don't get it. He needs somebody in here, and Wendy was not willing to have another baby. Mm-mm. She was not willing. And I feel like you got this young, chippy little girl. And dang, Wendy did say that. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Let me show it on my stream. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Chastity. Yep, Chastity Lene said, dang, Wendy did say that. She did say that. And it made me sad because Wendy didn't have to say that, but Wendy didn't know any better. She didn't know any better. She thought that was the right place that she was beat, so she was in it. And Steph Gourmet Kitchen said they like you for what you can, but really don't like you. Well, I feel like Kev loved her. I feel like he loved her. He wasn't getting the type of wife that he wanted to be happy. And this other young girl with nothing better to do but to be in his face was able to come in and say, I'll be the woman that makes your meals every day for you. I'll be the woman that, is not on drugs and more traditional and will have an extra baby for you and do all this extra stuff. Wendy is, she was the type of person that she was. And that's not what he wanted in a wife. And so he ended up having this extramarital affair. And Wendy knew that that was not, what she was not necessarily what he wanted in a wife. And she let him go do that until she had that baby. Once she had that baby, all bets are off and she lost her mind. And that's why I'm telling y'all, like, I can't wait. I could wait. I need to heal. I can't wait to get married. I can't wait to have my kids, all that. But I look at that and how much big of a commitment that is. And Wendy went into that situation, even though it was a 25-year marriage or whatever, she went into that situation already unstable. This was somebody that was like, kind of had to kick her drug problem and kind of had to kick her liquor problem. And it's like when she was out of, it's like the relationship kind of masked it and helped it. And we thought that that was like the saver for it. And having the baby was the saver for it, but we didn't deal with them issues before Kev, and they kind of came right back. They kind of came right back. We went right back to the mess that we was doing deeper when we wasn't with Kev. When my girl, we watched the Wendy Williams movie. My girl was doing her little lines in the bathroom when she was working at radio and when she got her chest done and she was moving a certain way. And we never, we might have went to rehab, but we didn't. She never fully healed. And then she went into this situation, another cancer, brokenhearted. Irv done passed away behind Ashanti and Nelly. Wendy done passed away emotionally behind these men. Them cancers got to get it together. Thank God I'm a Leo. But I said that to say, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where she crashed out from unhealed things already before Kev. Kev was the only thing that could save her. And it kind of can't be like that. So now Wendy is the only thing that could save her has been her son and family. It's been her son and her family. Her family's been having to save her. And now that this conservatorship and she's had everything stripped, she's working on saving herself. But we're doing it as a big grown, 60-year-old something lady. And it's hard to get out. And they're making you look like you got dementia and crazy. But I know she ain't running to that bottle like she was. You know what I mean? You need to get lucid for this revolution. So I know she's up and she's getting out of it. And you know what always kind of, hi, New York. And FTD 2000 said, hi, New York. I'm not from New York. But if you're New York, hey, New York, I do say that to say, Wendy, right now that lady is trying to get her to unalive herself. She doesn't want her to live. If she doesn't live, then we can kick the family out. We ain't got to fight with them. We ain't got to ask them that. We never got to call them again. That money is ours. Case closed. Hands shook. The fact that Wendy is still alive, you got to kind of point to the family and see what's going on. There's still a fight. Thank you so much, Tay Way, saying I look nice. Thanks, girl. Did my makeup today. But you know what I mean? They're trying to push her to the limit. Just give her this one window to look out of. And she got to scream, cry every single day. That was heartbreaking to see her. Thank you. There's some strip lashes. Heartbreaking to see her hand on the window talking to Harvey Levin about going to her father's birthday party. And they said that the judge gave her 2 days to go see her father. Why not give that lady a month? What would harm Wendy for going to go be with her family for a month? You take the month from her, it'll still unalive her. You know what I mean? But why does she not deserve that month? Why she got to come back in 2 days? Because it's closer to her losing her life. We got to snatch it from her. We got to make her break. And I'm looking at Kev and I'm completely blaming him. You got into a situation with a woman that was broken and you went into it like you was about to save her. And then you just said, what? You could save yourself because I want to go mess with this lady? Like what? Having an extra kid was unnecessary. Now everybody done lost everything. All you had to do was not have no extra kids. You could have went from chipper to chipper girl or whatever. All these little girls, you could have did that back and forth forever. We would have been going home as Mrs. Hunter and we would have been still putting our wig on one glue at a time. But Kev ruined everything. I completely blame him. I blame Kelvin Hunter for all of this. And I'm devastated by it and I hate it. And I'm mad at him because I don't watch no daggone Sherry. Okay, I ain't watching no Sherry. I don't like no off-brand cream cheese. I don't want no off-brand talk show. I don't want it. Okay, shout out to Kelly Clarkson. You can sing me a song. I don't want no Kelly. I don't want no Jennifer. Don't judge me about this wig, y'all. I ain't got money. We getting more money this year. We're gonna make it work. Okay, stick beside me. Yeah, J Hud is a no-go for me. I'm not watching. Thank you, Brittany87. I'm not watching no Jennifer Hudson show. I don't want to watch that. Okay? No freaking thank you. I'm all set. I'm not interested in that. Okay? And so, it's a lose-lose for me. All I got is me. Okay? All I got is me. I got to watch me around here. And I ain't got all the info. Actually, you know what? I watch Lovely Tea like it's my job. I will be watching Lovely Tea tonight. Okay, we does Lovely Tea around here. That's what we watch. So it's just one of them situations where that's all we got. But yeah. So any other topics? We got about 10 minutes left. Girl, it's that soft life and we love it. Paula, to you. Yes, I plan on living a soft life. I can't go. A soft life is coming, but you got to get healed first. You got to get healed first, or you're going to be like Wendy Williams. As soon as you get into the situation with the man that you even think is your protector, as soon as you get out, you're going to revert right back to being broken. She went back to broken 1987. I feel like I'm a big girl, Wendy. And it was like, no. And she's another one with Irv Gotti and them too. She's another one. That flipping health. I watched that lady take Slim Jims and heat them up on camera. Remember she used to heat up the Slim Jims with the lighter? She used to be talking about the little snacks she have, all the capers and very, very, very salty food. Salty down to the ground. She would be like sardines and olives and caviars and trinkets and steaks and breads. And I used to be like, Wendy. And now my girl, even though her Graves' disease help it, yes, Miss Queen, can't nobody do it like Wendy. Even though it's that, we're looking at a situation saying, what? That's a lot of salt. That may cause a what? A lymphedema. A swelling of the leg, you guys. A swelling of the leg. Yes, I just got on. Do you speak about the unaliving of Irv Gotti? Yeah, we could wrap it up with Irv Gotti. Yes, Prophet Official. Way too much sodium. Irv Gotti is going from place to place, drinks and bottles, and nobody's on a weight loss journey. Nobody's on a health journey but Ashanti. Ashanti's the one that I'm a young Chrissy, and I'm watching the MTVs and I'm watching the VH1s down, and I'm seeing Ashanti. I will never forget. And this is why I'm a fitness girly to this day. Ashanti was on an episode of like VH1 or MTV or something, and she was working out. And she said she does not start the counting of like when you do your reps, she don't start rep counting until it burns. I said, baby, that's next level. You don't start rep counting until it's burning. That's somebody who's going to be fit, 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 fit. That's why she can have a healthy baby out of her regular uterus at 40 something. Because in them 30 somethings, she was hitting the gym. Look at Ja. Ja always kept a good body. Irv should have been hitting that gym and getting healthy with these people, but he's on X and he's drinking and he's smoking and he's, doing everything that's not healthy, eating all the unhealthy stuff until it's too late. Now we done lost you. We done lost the whole legend. You know what I mean? And it just makes me really sad. Ashanti was shooting in the gym. She was literally shooting in the gym for her body. Now, shout out to the BBL girls. Shout out to y'all. I'm never getting a BBL. I don't need one, but that's also because I'm a fit girly. I believe that in the gym, you can always create the body of your dreams. You want a bigger butt? You can make a bigger butt. You want a tone butt? You can make a tone butt. You want a snatched, beautiful back to where you can wear all your backless clothes? You can make that. You want to, now necessarily as a woman, the adipose tissue in your chest, you might have to add that, but you could do chest exercises if you want them to go down. But that's more of like an adipose tissue. You might have to get that reduced. You might have to get that added. Anything else you can make. You can make more nicer arms and fit into your clothes better. I really think you could create, you want hips? You do crazy hip exercises for a year, something gonna show up, okay, in your body, period. So, you can make what you want. I'm always gonna be that type of girl, but I'm doing it for the health. I want my blood flow to be good. I want to live a strong quality of life. Irv Gotti has millions. I'm actually about to check. See, y'all are about to actually make me go check and see how much money Irv Gotti networked, because I'm telling y'all, he sold his catalog for like 40 something million. He's not going to be able to enjoy none of that money. There's no wealth without health. It could be one without the other, but not the wealth without the health. You don't want to be beautiful mansion wheelchair. That's pointless. Unless you're already a wheelchair baddie. Okay, 14 million. Now that's the money you can count. Yes. What did it say? 300 million. Excuse me. Sorry. No, when I clicked it, it said 300 million. See, that's how much money he got for his catalog. He got $300 million for Ashanti songs, for Ja Rule songs, all those hit songs. We will always be playing all that murdering. Okay. In June 2022, music producer Irv Gotti sold 50% of his, and he only sold half. Smart move, Irv Gotti. Now that's a businessman. Baby, check that. He says, and this is according to the AI. He sold half of his master recordings to Iconoclast for $300 million. The deal also included funding for film and television production. So he had some movies and stuff coming up. And it says, what is Iconoclast? Iconoclast is the international network that serves music labels, content platforms, and global agencies. And it was founded by Oliver Christian, a French-born music industry honcho, T. And yes, this is recorded in BET. So, it's got to be true for some BET. Oh, before I go, I got to tell y'all about Tiny and T.I. and their deal. Yes, let's wrap it up on that. Let's wrap it up on Tiny and T.I. R.I.P. Irv Gotti, of course, but we got to tell you about that. So Tiny and T.I., they got that 71 million. What was that? Tiny and T.I. got that 70-something million dollar ruling from that toy company that has the OMG Girl LOL Surprise OMG dolls. OMG LOL Surprise dolls. Now I remember my ex, his little sister, I had him got her some LOL Surprise dolls. That's all they wanted. They was like, I want LOL Surprise. So what I'm saying is that was hot for the kids. Down boots. The kids was like, I want LOL Surprise. So that those were selling out like crazy. And so They were all based on old looks from the OMG girls, old outfits. I mean, it was basically copy paste some of the stuff they did with the hair. The entire B stole my look, the original, right? And so what happened was there was they got that ruling. They were supposed to get their money, and they fought in court for a long time. And so oh, it says restores. Yep. Let's do the math. No, so it says they were awarded 71.5 million in a copyright infringement against MGA Entertainment, the maker of the OMG dolls. Now, here's what they tried to do. The judge, some judge, and I feel like the judge probably got cut under the table for some money. We not about to sit here and act funny. Like, it's not like, why did you make that ruling with them people? They probably was like, look. We got about 7 of that million for you. You go ahead and change this ruling, okay? We need to keep about 54 of that, but 7 of that got your name on it. All right. Well, come to find out, the judge ruling got fixed, baby. The judge tried to say that they were only going to get awarded 17.9 million. 17.9, and that 53.6 million in punitive damages they wasn't going to get. Well, now they're going to get the whole kit and caboodle. According to a day ago, another judge reinstated it. Baby, don't play with Tiny and T.I.'s lawyers. They got out of that, all the Minaj cases. Remember, they was doing all that group loving, and they was in trouble about that group loving, and then all of a sudden they wasn't in trouble. So whoever they got on payroll is the real deal Holyfield in the court system. They didn't try to switch their ruling. They didn't put it back. Put it back where you found it. And I love that. That creates generational wealth for all the OMG girls. Now I wonder, because you remember, Reginae was in the OMG girls at first, and she quit. Do y'all remember that? She quit, which I also always thought was, I don't know what to say about that. Is that bad parenting on Toya's part? I think Toya lets Reginae do whatever, and I wouldn't have let her quit that group. You're not doing nothing more important in this group. There's nothing you're doing. Your daddy's a performer. They're taking it all the way to the top. And, this is my best friend, and we're going to keep you in there. She wouldn't have been able to quit with me. But I see, does that make me a bad parent? Because remember, when I whip my hair back and forth, Willow Smith, when she wanted to quit, and then, Will Smith was like, okay, you know what I mean? Hey, now, Daddy and Jay-Z have put a lot of money into this thing, okay? You gotta go on tour for Jay-Z. Mr. Jay-Z wants you to finish the tour. She came down with her head bald and was like, I'm not going. Now, if I got a kid like that, I'd be like, okay, well, you stood your ground. You said what you said. But Reginae wasn't finna shave her head. I would have caught her daddy. See, her daddy was too deep into some white woman to be getting over there, getting the restraints and saying, Reginae, you're staying in this group. He's more like a friend than a daggone parent. So Reginae left the OMG girls group shortly after their first single, Ain't Nobody. So it's like she missed out on the real money. She was supposed to be the rapper in the group. That was not smart for her to leave the group, because when did OMG girls have that baddie this, baddie that song? Because that got Beyonce to change her header. Like, wasn't it on? Her name was like Baddie Bay. It was off the OMG girls song. So, Gucci this, Gucci that. It was so impactful. Yes, let me see when Gucci this, Gucci that was. She didn't even stay for the good part. 2012. So Reginae left 2 years before they blew. Dummy. Could you imagine now? And so it's Lourdes Rodriguez and Beja. Now, Beja, hey, Beja girl. I met Beja before. We went to a party one time in Atlanta. It was me, Beja, her best friend, Bree. Bree is a photographer that I'm also cool with. I haven't seen in years. Shout out to Bree. And Bree and her and me went to that party. And at that party, Lil Yachty was there. It was like a house party in Atlanta. And I'll never forget it because the floor collapsed. They was going so hard at that house that the floor collapsed. It was actually on the news. I was there. She's super cool. And Zonique, Beja, and then Brianna Womack. And then they have Reginae. I don't think Reginae's going to get a cut of this money. Now, this is a lady, Reginae, that pays $20K a month in rent on a condo. Okay? She ain't got no real, what's coming in? Whatever's coming in for Wayne is coming in for Wayne. She'll always have her parents' help. But all that money that got stolen from Birdman, what do we really got left? She needed to be a part of this chunk of this 71 million ruling. And it makes people, OMG girls, to a generation of people, that was like a B2K moment for them. It wasn't Destiny's Child because Destiny's Child was Destiny's Child for everybody, but it was, I don't know. I don't want to lower it and call it like something lower than what it was because it was a moment for the kid. By the time that was coming out, I was kind of 16. By 2012, I was, 2012 was the year I was supposed to graduate college. I graduated college in 2015. I'm supposed to graduate college in 2012. I wasn't listening to no Gucci Dad, Gucci Dad. That was for a high schooler. Do you see what I'm saying? So they had their era, and for whoever was still in high school in that era, they go, no, I remember that. I was wearing everything them girls were wearing. Her mom made her quit. Oh, did she? Um, don't you wish? Said, yeah, Misha Moo said 20K a month. Yeah, 20K a month on Regine's rent. They said that on the new not Tiny, the new Regine and Toya show. They got a show. We all need to watch it. Support the girls. I'm gonna watch it. But yeah, she said her mom made her quit. Why did her mom make her quit? Let me go back here and Google this. I just saw it kind of. Let me see why she quit. It says, let me see. And they got a TikTok talking about why she quitted. I don't know. Who's saying why she quit? I don't like that. Of why she left the OMG girls. I want to see an article. I could just read because I want to see an article. Why did she? Let me see. OMG girls. Why did OMG? Why should she leave? Let's see. And her name was Baby Carter. That would have been cute. That would have been cute. We should have did that. We should have did that down. Oh. Ooh. Uh-oh. I just had to eat my words. My lace is lifting. I'm eating my words. Don't judge me, y'all. Y'all know me. We in this thing, okay? Um, Party boys, we in this thing. But no, okay, so in all seriousness, it says here, yikes. It says that Toya saw that Regine was having a hard time in school and she made her quit the group. Wasn't worth it. You didn't have a scholar. Toya, you didn't have a scholar, baby. We could have got that baby a tutor. She should have stayed in that group as Baby Carter and went all the way to the top with that. We don't, whoa, 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 whoa. See, and that's why Ashanti is who Ashanti is and Regine who she is. You got to have that type of momager. You got to have that type of momager. And she didn't, baby didn't have that. And I feel bad for her. That got dark. Well, RIP Irv Gotti. RIP Irv Gotti. We're going to wrap this up. We've been on an hour. And, I just feel really, really, really bad for his peoples. He is divorced. Irv Gotti is divorced. So let's see if they got his. Ooh, they got it on Google, y'all. It's officially on there. Irv is gone. Irv is gone. I would like to watch Irv's funeral. I want to watch Irv's funeral like I did Aretha's funeral. Absolutely. Irv is gone. Irv passed 2525. Because this is a very special day. This is a 2525. 2 for February, 5 for 5, and the 25th year. It's a very interesting day. A lot of things ended. Yesterday was the last day of Mercury retrograde. It's been a lot heavy for a lot of us. And wasn't that just the wow? Wow. Irv Gotti, a legend. A legend. We would not have DMX. We would not have DMX. We would not have hits. We would not have Foolish. He was very integral in the early years of everybody. The Jay-Z's. Irv Gotti was there. What a life he lived. What a life he lived. Can't say his life was not fulfilled. Irv Gotti did everything. Irv Gotti did everything that a person. Yep, he passed away. He's gone, y'all. Irv is gone, y'all. Irv is gone, y'all. He is all the way gone. Wowzers. And I do mean absolutely wowzers. Yeah. Misha Lee on my YouTube said, wait, I'm late. He passed away. Irv gone, girl. He gone. He gone. Irv passed away today from his second major stroke, complications from his major stroke. They considered him brain gone. So Irv is with the ancestors now. It looks like they pulled the plug. Wow, it's on Google, guys. Wow. Thank you, Keisha, P Pride Girl on Facebook. Thank you, everybody. So sad, Misha Lee on YouTube. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming to my show. Thank you for coming to my stream. Thank you for always supporting me. And I'm just like, wow, wow, you guys, Irv is gone. That is deep. That is heavy. That is real. And we just have to, say sorry to Irv Gotti's family. We have to love on each other. We got to be there for each other. And we am I freezing on